Blue skies means fun days. Helping skydivers with tips and techniques about safety, training and fun jumping from those who know. Welcome to Blue Skies Fun Days. A few weeks back I put up a discussion with multi-world champion Graig Girard on the subject of height control. At the end of that discussion, the subject drifted into an adjacent area of knowledge worth sharing. Wanting to not lose either of the most important lessons in a combined discussion, I opted to post it separately. Here is the rest of our discussion.
How do you show respect when you're approaching a load organizer? And probably, if you don't have a jumpsuit, you probably don't have a lot of jumps, or unless you're super talented and you can do any kind of flying on any axis, talk to the organizer. It's like, hey, can I get on the load with you? And you're like, really good free flyer. They probably don't need it because they fly with no suits all the time. Here at this drop zone, the drop zone provides load organizers. And, it's a hard job being a load organizer, man, because one, you have to be a really fun person and light. Like, nobody wants somebody that is just going to, pick people apart. Like, we learn by making lots of mistakes, especially when we're young. And so when you show up to an organized load, just kind of look at what everybody else is wearing. Like if there's lots of little suits or lots of big suits, but mostly you should have a jumpsuit, but not just any jumpsuit. Like if you're going to do a formation skydive load, you need to have grippers on there too. And so, some people now, there's a lot of people with, the majority of the people have booties. Some people don't, and I mean, if you're a young jumper and the conditions are good for that jump for you to join them, great. But I think mostly just talk to the organizer, especially if you have multiple different jumpsuits. A lot of people have different suits depending on if they're farther out from the formation where the fall rates seem slow, or a lot of times what happens is as things build, they get hit. And so, the speed doesn't change from the center to the outside. That never changes. But when somebody hits a formation, it creates a ripple in there, and it slows the fall rate down. And you're in a really good place out here, and somebody hits it, or pulling tension on there, getting stretched out, all of a sudden you're in a nice place outside the formation and it gets really slow. And so there's more surface area, but what we're not understanding is if people are fighting for it or if it's getting hit, then things can get really slow.
Remember to support this channel by subscribing, ringing the bell and telling your friends.
The question is, how do you, what kind of respect should you give the load organizer? Total respect. The reason why he's a load organizer is he's displayed his abilities, and when you have a group of people, you're just trying to make the best conditions for everybody. And so I think that's the most challenging thing about being a load organizer is a lot of times we have to look at how people appear, like their jumpsuits, if they're heavy, if they're light, tall, thin, short. And so a lot of people surprise you. And so it just takes more jumps to get better with a group. For me, I'm on a group of people that jump together all the time, so we don't ever really have to talk about levels, the speeds, all that stuff. It's already set. And so if you're going to come in and do a jump with one group, then go to another group, you're going to find differences. But definitely have a jumpsuit appropriate for the type of jump that you're going to do.
For more tips and techniques, click subscribe.